Brought to you by Penguin.
Don't laugh, it'll only encourage her. Written and read by Daisy May Cooper. Introduction. When things were really bad, Mum would always say to me, "Don't worry, it'll be a good read for your memoir one day." I suppose that's a weird way of coping, isn't it? Trying to turn the bleakest, most dire situations into positives. Mum, I auditioned to be a stripper by snogging a pole and was laughed off the stage by a bunch of topless dancers. Well, that can go in the memoir. Mum, I accidentally spent all my student loan on a penthouse suite in a fancy hotel in Marble Arch, and now it looks like I'm going to get kicked out of drama school. That's a good one for the memoir. Mum, sorry I'm late for dinner. I had to work late at my cleaning job as someone balanced a Quaver packet full of piss on the radiator in the boys' toilets, and I didn't realise it until I picked it up, so I had to wash the piss off while trying to learn my lines for that Call the Midwife audition I have in London tomorrow. That will definitely be good to put in the memoir. It'll make people think you're down to earth. For fuck's sake. If I didn't write this memoir, this would all just be really fucking sad. But faced with the boredom of the national lockdown, going on the same walks and baking banana bread day after day, I decided to write some of it down. The more I wrote, the more I felt like I was writing sketches for the Chuckle Brothers. At the age of 34, I have lived the most humiliating, ridiculous screw-up of a shitstorm life, and it's been an utter joy digging all that shit up and putting it down on paper, therapeutic even. I'm writing this memoir because I owe it to myself to tell this story. I also need the money as I've got an ant infestation that needs sorting out. Thank you for buying it. But if you haven't bought it and you're just listening to the sample on Audible, what the fuck? Why haven't you just fucking bought it? It's not going to be that expensive. It's probably only be like £6. Do you reckon it is about £6?
It's like £7 if you've got
£7? That's actually quite a lot. That would make me not want to buy it. Fuck's sake. That's a lot.
Yeah, well, that's just if you've got a subscription. Otherwise it's
£16. £16 That is fucking extraordinary. Fuck me. Chapter 1, The Borrowers. I know how boring the early stuff can be in autobiographies, so for your benefit, I'm going to skip through all that crap about how I was a cute baby. I really wasn't. I've been writing scripts and playing out a whole cast of characters in my head for as long as I can remember. To me, it's as normal as breathing. To psychiatrists, it's a pathological disorder that needs to be addressed. I blame my parents, especially my mum, because she allowed it. At no point did she step in and say, "Oh, Daisy, stop making it up." Thankfully, I finally managed to build a career out of talking utter bollocks, but back then it wasn't as if my life's trajectory was mapped out for me. I was born on the 1st of August 1986. The very same year the nuclear reactor at Chernobyl exploded, the space shuttle Challenger disintegrated mid-launch, and closer to home, mad cow disease scared the shit out of everyone. When I entered into the world, Christa Berg was riding high in the charts with his erection section classic, Lady in Red. The omens didn't look good. Besides, life isn't easy when you live with a constant chatter of voices. It was so full on that I never wanted to play with other children. The characters in my head were just company enough. This did worry my parents, but I didn't give much of a toss about having any friends. Who needs them? By the time I finished nursery, I had a largely telepathic relationship with a pet rabbit who lived in the hutch in the playground. We could communicate non-verbally for hours, mostly about Care Bears and about how Mrs. Keynes was a tight bitch when it came out to handing out biscuits at break time. It was enough. At home, living in the Cooper household was like growing up in Aladdin's cave. Mum and Dad were permanently broke, and Mum raided charity shops and car boot sales. She was an obsessive collector of threads and yarns, materials, toys, garden furniture, books, electrical equipment, and objects with absolutely no name whatsoever. As well as all the stuff she bought from car boot sales and charity shops, Mum also collected animals. She rescued everything, like the blind magpie that she nursed until it flew into the neighbour's spaniel's mouth. Even Mum couldn't rescue it then.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?